this ability is much better than that one for paranormal investigations, but others might say like, I believe this is much better than that. So opinions may differ from time to time from different individuals, more specifically psychic mediums. Hey folks, Ethan here, also known as the Village Sense Liner. Welcome back to my channel. If you guys seen me before, welcome back. If you guys are new, welcome to my channel. So tonight I'm going to be discussing about a specific psychic ability that I believe might be pretty difficult to do. There might be some different opinions about the psychic ability, but I will get into it just a moment here. So there are other psychic abilities that a lot of other psychic mediums do. Most of the time, clairvoyance is a very popular one to do. Clairsentience, and there's a whole bunch of others I'm not gonna go over, but there are some I've been able to do. Like I have this sleep mask on me though that I usually use for my channeling. Sometimes I don't use it, but it's sort of like a blindfold mask, but it's a sleep mask specifically for sleeping, but it works either way. I have been able to do psychic readings before though. Not with tarot, more of like getting images randomly, and sometimes I do translate spirit energy as well. But getting back to what I was about to talk about is that there is this one psychic ability that really occurred to me. It's very unique in its own way, but I believe this might be the hardest ability to perform, and that is called psychometry. I've actually heard this a few times before, and I actually kind of understand how this works, but I've never even done it yet. Now, you guys might be wondering, or might be trying to say to me that if you haven't done it before, why are you saying that, you know, that you kind of understand of how it works? So, I can tap into like my higher self is able to tell me, you know, certain things I have not been able to do yet, like automatic writing. I don't fully know how this works, but I think even though it's not really part of the video, but it's another psychic ability. But automatic writing, it's a little bit kind of odd, but the spirit has to do something for you, is what I've been told. But I don't really know a lot about automatic handwriting, but I know someone else does pretty much automatic writing, but I don't do it because I don't think I can do it myself, because I think it looks a lot more complicated. But coming back to psychometry, this ability is, I believe this is very advanced. Like, I don't think any other psychic medium doesn't do this often. I may be wrong about this part though, but maybe someone might do this ability, but who knows. It's something that's not talked about in the spiritual community or any other psychic medium that talks about this. But what psychometry does is by tapping into like an old history artifact or an object, like a painting or some other object in the world, that they can tap into its history and pretty much gain information about the past, and pretty much gain something out of it though that was never told in history. Because sometimes, you know, history is very limited these days, you know, and back in the past you won't even know what actually happened because it's only been written, and there's only so much it can be told throughout history. The thing about psychometry is that the energy that it takes just to perform this ability, it's a lot of energy to perform. And how much energy does it take to perform this? Oh my gosh. I have actually felt like an influence of the psychometry from my higher self, and the way you had to tap into the object that's very old and very ancient history, though, it takes a tremendous amount of energy just to perform it properly. And even for the most advanced psychic mediums around the world, I think they might have struggles with it, but I can't say that for every advanced psychic medium because I'm not that very advanced, and I still have a lot to learn from my part. But I'm very certain that very advanced psychic mediums still struggle with this ability, even though it's useful for paranormal cases, but it's not used as often. Like, I don't know why it's not used. I'm probably thinking maybe it's not necessary. There might be other psychic abilities that might be much better than psychometry. I don't know. Who knows? But that's not the only thing that you can do with psychometry. It doesn't have to be on an object. I actually asked my guardian angels, can psychometry be performed on the ground, like actually on solid ground, like on dirt? And they said yes, it can be performed on the ground to understand histories, like learning more about, a certain war in history, or learning more about the Native Americans. That's one example. But I know this planet has so much history, but I'm not gonna do that because I don't believe I need to learn much about my area, because I know that I have recently learned that, or a while back, that Native Americans have been on this land in my area of the property, but I don't really know who the tribe is, but it's not my concern. I mean, someday I might know it, but it's not really my concern. Um, oh man. And I have been told that I can do psychometry, but I'm having second thoughts, like, should I do it or should I not do it? And is it a bad thing to do psychometry, if you guys might be wondering? No, it's not a bad thing to do it. It's that it just takes a lot of energy to kind of perform it properly. Like, you have to make sure that you're very well attuned, though, and like I said before, it's very advanced stuff, so I think you have to be properly well trained enough to understand your own ability and then probably tap into it. I believe that's how it works. But I can't speak that for everyone else, though. Some other segments have made different interpretations of how this works, essentially. But you tap into it, though, and then and I'm getting all this in my mind, like, right now. My higher self is telling me all this stuff, and I'm trying to get it on my mind. So you tap into it, and then pretty much you just wait. Use your own energy. Make sure you have enough energy, because this can be very draining. In fact, I was actually trying to understand more of this, but the more I kept diving deeper into psychometry, like the ability of it, though, the more I kept getting drained by it, though, because it's that very advanced. Um, so it takes so much energy, and I don't know how much you might get from psychometry, but I heard that psychic mediums do get like a tremendous amount of information while doing this, and like I said, it's a lot of information. Is very useful, but it's not something um, used a lot, because other abilities might be better than the other one. But there are a lot of opinions about, like, this ability is much better than that one for paranormal investigations, but others might say, like, I believe this is much better than that. So opinions may differ from time to time from different individuals, more specifically psychic mediums. But that's essentially all I could talk about, though. Maybe I'll make a video about my experience of how psychometry works, but I'm not really gonna tap into it right now. But yeah, all I'm getting from my higher self is it's just very difficult to do, and it's I'm probably going to be very drained if I start doing this, but that's just my speculation. I don't know how I might react or how I might feel about this, but who knows what might happen to me. Anyway, hopefully this was something very informative, and hopefully, you know, learn something new about this, even though I don't really know the entire thing about psychometry. But like I said, I'll probably give it a shot and see how I might feel about it, though. Maybe I might learn something about the Native Americans that were here, or maybe something else. Who knows? Man. Anyway, hope all of you enjoyed this very informative video, and this was very enlightening to any new psychic mediums that are about to get into this journey. But hopefully you new psychic mediums have trained yourself very well and are very well attuned with your own abilities. Love much to all of you guys, and as always, stay strong out there. I'll see you guys next time.